What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Gospel here with Weird Gaming Adventure, and today we have another Tuesday News Day with Necromancer being the big winner of the week with the most changes, it seems like. But as always, we'll just, not as always, this is the second episode in Tuesday News Day for Conquest of Azeroth, but we'll just continue on with this list I've put in no particular order. First, starting off with the Cultist. Whisper now only reduces shadow healing taken. Edict of Gluttony now works off of PPM and has increased proc rate. I'm not sure what PPM stands for. Empire's Grasp now interrupts casting and has a 2-second school lockout. Eldritch Armor now ticks every 2 seconds instead of every 3 seconds and has slightly increased spell power scaling for the heal. Twilight Zealotry now reduces damage dealt by 8%, but gives your shadow damage effects a chance to proc Wavering Will, which reduces a target's attack power based on your strength. Chronomancer, no changes for Chronomancer. Demon Hunter, only one change, increased duration of Demonic Advance from 3 seconds to 4 seconds. Reaper got a couple of changes. Soul Harvester now works like this. Whenever you damage an enemy, they are marked for 10 seconds. If they die from any cause during this time, all allies within 20 yards will harvest a piece of their soul to gain increased mana regeneration for 10 seconds. Fixed a bug where using Shutter Scythe with a two-hander would trigger the bonus offhand attack with your main hand weapon. That seems like a huge oversight. A huge bug to fix. Not oversight, but bug. Possession can no longer miss. The Soul Harvester passive now passively increases max mana by 30%. Only one change to Guardian, and that is now they can parry. No changes to Monk, no changes to Primalist. Pyromancer, Draconic Fang now grants you the Dragon Scale effect for 8 seconds, which increases your armor by a percentage of your intellect, reduces fire damage taken, and increases move speed by a small amount. Increased spell power scaling of Draconic Fang and Slagstone. Increased spell power scaling of Ignite and Stormbringer. Or of Ignite Stormbringer. Wait, no, sorry, these are multiple lines that I forgot. Increased spell power scaling of Ignite. There we go. I was like, wait, what? Ignite Stormbringer? What? That's a whole class. That has changes. It does have changes, I thought. Did I not put Stormbringer in here? I did. I accidentally missed this when I was messing with the notes. Runemaster Spell Wrath should no longer cancel itself randomly. Witch Doctor increased spell power scaling of Hex of Blood, Voodoo Bolt, and Hex of Death. Witch Hunter added attack power scaling to Fiery Judgment's damage component. Necromancer, now this is where a lot of the changes happen this week. Swap the levels you get Feed and Harvest Plague. Swap the levels you get Razor Ice and Unholy Fortitude. Grave March now tags the enemy before your minions attack it, which this is a big change, because sometimes whenever you use Grave March and you don't get the opportunity to actually attack the mob yourself, your minions would kill the mob and you would get no loot from the mob. So now the fact that it tags it when you use Grave March means you will always get loot from the mob. This is a big improvement for PvE, at least solo PvE. Increased spell power coefficient of Feed. Boosted spell power scaling of Flesh to Worms. Boosted spell power scaling of Harvest Plague. Flesh to Worms now ticks twice as fast, but its effect is roughly halved. Necro added 2 new spells to the Death Tree. Putrefy, 13 mana, 1.5 second cast, 30-yard range. Assault a target enemy with deadly necrotic magic, dealing 15 to 18 damage. Plague damage is a combination of shadow and nature damage. This ability deals bonus damage based on your intellect. Generates 20 rune power and increases all periodic damage taken by the target by 5% or until canceled. I assume that's supposed to be meant. That's what they meant. Sorry. Stacking up to 3 times. Ray of Rot, 22 mana, channeled, 30-yard range. Channel a beam of plague upon an enemy target that deals 12 to 15 plague damage every 1 second for 5 seconds. While channeling, the target takes 20% increased periodic damage. Now, I logged in to see if I had these skills, and I did not have them. I assume these are now post 30 skills because they'll be in the spell book, or the spell book, the tomes they give your character. But my character had not learned these abilities, and I have a level 30 Necromancer. Necromancer now learns Glacial Dagger at level 10 instead of Icequake. Glacial Dagger is a 15 rune power cost damage ability that's instant cast. It's doing damage based on rank. Venomancer fixed escalates bonus effect of refreshing Widow's Watch and healing for 8% max HP. Sun Cleric, no changes for the Sun Cleric. Starcaller fixed Star Stunder's damage conversion and mana drain. Starfire Shot and Moonblade will now be unusable while below the mana threshold of max mana that they convert into damage. Starcaller can now use two-handed axes. Boosted base values of Soothing Splash. No changes for Knight of Zoroth. Stormbringer. Arm of Thorum now has a 15-second cooldown down from 40 seconds, and it generates 20 static, but has a 5-second base cast time and only affects one enemy at a base level. Fist of the Gods now increases the cast speed up to instant, crit chance up to 100%, and maximum affected targets of Arm of Thorum by 1 per stack, and stacks up to 10 times. Mystic Thunder now has a 2-second school lockout, and its cooldown is reduced to 12 seconds, but its damage is slightly reduced. Son of Arogal. Increased spell power scaling of Blood Moon Blast. All did another mass re-rank of spells to fix up rank scaling. So, that is today's updates. For Tuesday Newsy, that was the past week of updates. Not as much as last week. Hopefully, they're taking it easy, not burning themselves out on development because they've been very hard at it ever since I joined the alpha, like a month ago or so. Anyways, I'm Gospel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.